example problem 20.2. So we're going to complete and balance this equation by method of half reactions. I'm not sure what other way you can do it. I've never seen someone else do it another different way, so whatever, you know. So let's talk about what we're going to do here. We're going to, first of all, we're going to split, we're going to find out what the actual amounts are for these, like the actual oxidation states of these, or oxidation numbers of these. We know that oxygen's not going to play a role, so it has to be chromium and chlorine. So the easiest one to do first would be chlorine. So chlorine goes like this, Cl2. Now we know that here it has a -1 as an oxidation number, and we know that here it has a 0. So if we take a look at our number line, and I have 0 here, 1 here, and -1 there, if I start at a -1 and go to 0, that is to the right, this is oxidation, and this is easy to double like that. So now remember, if it's oxidation, the electrons have to go on the right-hand side. I have 2 -1 charges, which gives me a total of a -2, and this is 0. So what I have to add is 2 -1 charges. So that means I need 2 electrons on the right-hand side. So 2 electrons on the right-hand side give this right-hand side here a total of a -2, which is what it is on the left-hand side, so the charges are equal to each other. Let me get rid of that so we can continue on. There we go. Excellent. So, so I have my oxidation. My oxidation's finished. This is it. So now I'm going to do my reduction must be the other one. So that means Cr2O7 with a -2. On the other side of that is Cr with a +3. Okay. Now I know that if I'm trying to find the oxidation, there we go, and that's a -2. So that means whatever this is plus this is going to equal -2. I know that this is a -14. I know that because there's 7 oxygens and each one is a -2. Always a -2 unless it's a peroxide, and you will know if it's a peroxide. That means that this must be +12, which means each one of these is a +6 because of the 2 there. I put the 2, you know, +6 is what we have for each. So if each one is going from a +6 to a +3, now we're going in the negative realm. That means that it looks like this. I got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like I'm not very bright. I get that. 1, 2, 3 is this one, 4, 5, and then this one is a +6, like that. So if I start the +6 here and I go back, then it's reduction. We already know that. So my +6s go to a +3. First thing I have to do is balance them. So I have 2 chromiums on the left-hand side and 2 chromiums on the right-hand side. Now that I know that each one of these is a +6. So now I have a +6 on the right-hand side and a +12 on the left-hand side. So that means I'm going to need to knock down 6 extra pluses, and I do that by adding electrons. And I add electrons to the left-hand side for reduction. I'm going to write that over here, reduction. So my 6 electrons go on the left-hand side, but that's just, I didn't do anything with the oxygens yet. So how do I balance oxygens? Now this is how this works now. I have 7 oxygens, which means on the right-hand side, I need to have a +7 for water. Okay, but now I've added water, which means that I have 7 oxygens, but I now have 14 hydrogens. So over here, I need to get rid of this stuff now. Over here, I add 14 H pluses, and that should do it. Like, that should be enough. Now, when I do this whole thing here, and I multiply this one, now this is how this works. My reduction is 14 H pluses plus 6 electrons plus the Cr2O7, which is the dichromate, and then that yields 2 chromiums, 2 chromium +3s, and 7 waters. Now I have 6 electrons on the bottom and 2 electrons on the top, which means everything here must be multiplied by a 3 for this whole thing here. That will give me 6 electrons. It will give me 3 chlorine molecules, and it will give me 6 Cl minuses. Okay, I overwrote that with the blue so you can see what the new numbers are. Now, the 6 electrons and 6 electrons, they go away because that's exactly what they're supposed to do, which means what I have left then is 14 H pluses plus, let's do 6 Cl minuses plus Cr2O7 with a -2, and then on the other side we have 3 Cl2s plus 2 Cr plus 3s plus 7 H2Os, and that's it. That was, that was pretty reasonable. I'm going to cut off here to keep it short, and then you can work on the next one that looks like this. Do one of the 3. These answers to these, by the way, are in the book. They're in the book. I forget what page it is, but you can check them in the book. I'll do one more example, see if that helps.